Hi there! I will be talking about dynamic visual tools and how water is used to navigate through time and cultural spaces, as represented in the short film Diasporadical Trilogia by Blitz the Ambassador and the official music video of My Mother's Daughter by Akua Naru. In the visual narrative of Diasporadical Trilogia, Blitz the Ambassador transforms the mechanics of water into a visual tool to allow the characters to move in and out of time and traverse through a variety of cultural spaces. In Chapter 1, we see the cyclical time frame of the film start in Accra in 1957. The opening description revolves around Yemaya and the singer. Yemaya is a water deity in the Yoruba religion and known as the Queen of the Sea. The water is thus a sacred space, and the all-encompassing visual frame of the waves transforms the water into a dynamic visual tool that invokes the spiritual within the visual of the short film. Referring back to the cyclical representation of time, we are introduced in the opening scenes to Blitz the Ambassador standing on a pier by the crashing waves of the sea, situating the viewer's focus on the water. We then leave the chapter, ending with Blitz the Ambassador once again standing on the pier with the waves as the lingering shot. The video frame also moves from the land into the view of the water, representing the continuation of the visual journey out to sea, where we are led into the next chapter in New York. Water is also a visual signifier of the dynamism which is inherent to the diasporic journey, and just as the currents change, the visual changes within each location. Just as we have left the sea in the first chapter in Accra, we arrive at the shoreline once again in Salvador Bahia in 2017. Water transcends time and becomes a connecting visual language across the whole globe, transporting the spiritual from Ghana to Brazil. One of the twin youths of the spirit of Abeji from the Yoruba religion is discovered by the adult woman on a boat floating by the shoreline. This is a direct connection of the water with the spiritual and religious beliefs navigating a new cultural diasporic space. In Akua Naru's music video of My Mother's Daughter, filmed in Lomé, Togo, we see a dynamic visual language constructed with water at the centre. The opening dedication is for the ancestors, and the immediate dynamic pan-vision view of approaching land from the water links visual histories of when the ancestors set up new lives in diasporic lands from the sea. The music guides the visual in this video, and the soundtrack is a character in itself. Thus, the music evolves with the visual as well as the rhythm of the water. We encounter a woman dressed in white on the beach among the crashing waves on the shore, and this is Yemaya, the water deity that was invoked in Diasporadical Trilogia. The proximity to the water and the undulating sensuality of her dance connects the deity with the crashing waves, so that the deity is part of the water's rhythm. Naru honors women and black sisterhood in her music video, and the focus of Yemaya centers the female at the forefront of the visual fabric of the video. The water represents the ancestral oral histories carried across the sea and is a sacred guardian of family generations. We see Naru submerged underwater towards the end of the video, curled up in a fetal position. This invokes the notion of rebirth in water, and water as a visual signifier of a self-cleansing process. Water is a nurturing spirit in association with Yemaya, the Yoruba water deity, and is a sacred body that preserves West African cultural lineages. The visual connection of the water and the spiritual in both Diasporadical Trilogia and My Mother's Daughter creates a dynamic harmony between the fluidity of cultural roots and the new memories constructed in diasporic spaces. In the final scenes of My Mother's Daughter, Naru returns to the waves and to Yemaya as the mother of the sea, evoking the water as a familiar body in which we can navigate time and cultural spaces.